Hi and welcome back. Please show your great support with only like and subscribe. Thanks. Alright, let's reset the clock and talk about what happens from Monday night, January 26th onward, because the storm may be pulling away, but the impacts are far from finished across Canada. Monday night settles in with a very different kind of danger compared to Sunday's chaos. The snow has mostly stopped in southern Ontario, but what's left behind is deep, compacting snow, icy roads, and brutally cold air locking everything in place. Across Toronto, Mississauga, Oakville, Brampton, Scarborough, Milton, Burlington, and the wider GTA, this is now a recovery phase under extreme cold. The light, fluffy snow that fell during the storm has been packed down by traffic and plows, and as temperatures plunge overnight, that slush and powder turns into solid ice. From Monday night into early Tuesday morning, untreated roads, side streets, parking lots, and sidewalks become extremely slippery. This is the kind of cold where salt loses effectiveness, so even well-treated roads can stay icy. Travel overnight and early Tuesday is slow, difficult, and dangerous, especially on residential streets that haven't been fully cleared yet. Toronto's historic snowfall is now fully in the books. Downtown and Pearson Airport saw totals that shattered records, and as we move forward, there is no melting in sight. Temperatures stay well below freezing not just overnight, but during the daytime as well. That means the snowbanks lining roads and sidewalks are not shrinking. They're growing taller as plows push snow aside, reducing visibility at intersections and narrowing driving lanes. Tuesday morning across southern Ontario starts bitterly cold. Wind chills across Toronto, Hamilton, Guelph, Kitchener-Waterloo, Oshawa, and Durham region are in the -20s. Even where the wind is light, the air itself is sharp and unforgiving. Any exposed skin feels the cold almost instantly. This is the kind of cold that drains car batteries, stiffens mechanical parts, and makes starting vehicles a challenge. Eastern Ontario continues to deal with lingering snow bands overnight into Tuesday. Areas east of Toronto toward Belleville, Kingston, and Ottawa pick up additional light accumulations, generally another 5 to 10 centimeters in spots. Montreal also remains under periods of snow through Tuesday, with totals potentially approaching or exceeding 15 to 20 centimeters by the time everything winds down. Travel across Highway 401 eastbound and Highway 417 remains slow, with snow-covered stretches and drifting in open areas. Now, while southern Ontario begins cleanup, Atlantic Canada is still very much in the middle of this storm's final act. Monday night into Tuesday is when the storm fully focuses on Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Newfoundland. Snowfall across Nova Scotia continues to be long duration rather than explosive, but that's what makes it so impactful. The snow comes in waves. It lightens for a few hours, then intensifies again as the low-pressure system slowly moves through. By Tuesday morning, Halifax, the Annapolis Valley, and much of central and northern Nova Scotia are buried under deep snow. Total accumulations in parts of the province range from 25 to 40 centimeters, with Cape Breton among the hardest-hit areas. Winds remain strong, causing blowing and drifting snow, especially in open and coastal regions. Visibility fluctuates wildly, going from manageable to near zero in bursts. Prince Edward Island and parts of New Brunswick also see significant snow through Tuesday. PEI picks up 20 to 30 centimeters in total, enough to shut down secondary roads and make travel extremely difficult. New Brunswick generally sees lower totals compared to Nova Scotia, but still enough snow to disrupt transportation and daily routines, especially in northern and eastern sections. Newfoundland becomes the main target later Tuesday and into Tuesday night. Snow spreads across the island, with widespread totals of 15 to 25 centimeters and locally higher amounts near 30 or even 40 centimeters in parts of eastern Newfoundland. Gusty winds along the coast add blowing snow to the mix, creating whiteout conditions at times. Ferry operations and flights face continued disruptions as the storm finally exits the region. Even as the snow tapers off in Atlantic Canada, the cold remains. Much like Ontario, temperatures drop sharply behind the storm. Roads that were wet or slushy quickly freeze solid, turning cleanup into a race against time. Back across central Canada, the prairies experience a quieter but colder pattern. Manitoba remains the coldest of the bunch. Winnipeg, Brandon, and surrounding communities spend night after night deep below freezing. Wind chills remain harsh, especially overnight and during early mornings. Saskatchewan stays cold as well, with Saskatoon and Regina locked in sub-zero highs and even colder lows. Alberta tells a slightly different story. While still cold by most standards, temperatures begin to moderate through midweek. Calgary sees daytime highs climb to or slightly above the freezing mark Tuesday through Thursday. This brings some relief compared to the deep freeze further east, but it also raises concerns about refreezing at night as temperatures dip back below zero. British Columbia shifts into a more active pattern midweek. Monday night and Tuesday remain relatively quiet across southern BC, with a mix of cloud and occasional sunshine in Vancouver and Victoria. But that calm doesn't last. A Pacific system pushes inland by Wednesday, bringing several days of rain to coastal areas and fresh snowfall to higher elevations. The North Shore mountains and alpine regions finally see accumulating snow after a long dry stretch. This improves conditions for mountain snowpack but also raises avalanche concerns as new snow layers stack up quickly. Inland and northern BC, including areas near Prince George, already see snow earlier, with heavier accumulations pushing toward the Cassiar Mountains and into southern Yukon. Farther north, conditions become more dangerous. The Yukon, especially areas near Watson Lake and along the Dempster Highway, faces periods of heavy snow and strong winds from Monday night through Tuesday. Blizzard-like conditions are possible, with severely reduced visibility and rapidly changing road conditions. Travel along the Dempster Highway becomes risky, and delays or closures are possible as crews struggle to keep up. Temperatures across the north are cold but not at the extreme levels seen earlier in winter. Whitehorse stays well below freezing but avoids the -50s of December. Still, the combination of wind, snow, and isolation makes conditions hazardous. As we look ahead beyond Tuesday into the rest of the week, one theme dominates nearly the entire country: cold persistence. Southern Ontario stays locked in sub-zero daytime highs for several more days. Wind chills regularly dip into the -20s, sometimes lower. There is no significant thaw, no reset, no chance for snow to disappear. This means the impacts of Sunday's historic storm linger all week. Snowbanks remain massive. Sidewalks stay icy. Residential streets take days to fully clear. Public transit continues to face delays, and air travel slowly recovers but remains vulnerable to backlog and equipment issues. Across Atlantic Canada, cleanup stretches well into midweek as well. With cold air holding firm, snow removal is slow and labor-intensive. Rural roads are particularly hard hit, and access remains limited in some areas. From January 26 night onward, Canada isn't just dealing with a storm. It's dealing with the aftermath of a historic weather event layered on top of a deep winter pattern. The snow has fallen, the records have been broken, but winter is still firmly in control. This is a time for patience, preparation, and caution. Check travel conditions before heading out. Give snow removal crews the space they need to work. Bundle up, protect exposed skin, and check on neighbors who may need help digging out or staying warm. The storm may be moving off the map, but its footprint is everywhere, and its effects will be felt for many days to come. Stay safe, stay informed, and be ready for more updates as this powerful winter pattern continues.